morning children. So in the previous class the lesson is completed and today we will go for the new lesson, that is the tiger gets a fright. The tiger gets a fright. So here the story is about the tiger. So it is very hungry, feels it is very hungry. So it didn't get the food. So it enters to the village. So what will be happen when it is entered to the village? We will learn in the lesson. We will discuss in the lesson. Okay, now children. So look at your textbook. Look at page number 38 and 39. So this is a folktale from Korea. A big tiger lived in the forest. One day he decided to visit a village. So he didn't get the food. So it enters into the nearby the village which is near to the forest. Search of food. Read on the find out what happened to him. Once upon a time there was a tiger. He lived in faraway forest of Korea. So where this tiger is living? In the forest. Where? Which forest? Korea. In the Korea. Korea. So where is this forest? It is in Korea. One day the tiger was prowling the forest, moving quietly. Prowling the forest means moving quietly in the forest. He was hungry and looked for food and would have loved a juicy deer. So the tiger it is interested to eat a deer. So it is moving quietly. It didn't find the food. It is interested. It is willing to eat the deer. But the tiger found no prey. But the tiger didn't found no prey. So he didn't find the food. What is a prey? Food. It didn't find the prey. Food. Mean of prey is a food. In the forest that day. So on that day he didn't find any food. So he wandered into the village. So he slowly entered into the village. Who? The tiger. The tiger slowly it entered into the village. Why it entered? It didn't get the food on that day. So it slowly started entering into the village. At the edge of the forest. As the tiger was passing by a house, he heard a little boy crying. So when the tiger entered to the village, so it moving into the forward. It has heard a baby crying. A boy should very upset about something. As the tiger was passing by a house, he heard a little boy crying. He heard the noise of a little boy. So the boy was crying. The boy sounded very upset about something. So how the sound is? He was upset for something. So he is crying. The tiger thought he had finally found food. So the tiger it heard the voice of a boy. So crying. The boy was crying. So the tiger it thought that it has got the food. Here who is the food? The boy. He slipped in through the gate. So he entered into the gate. He padded, walked silently. What is padded? Walked silently. Padded, walked silently. Walk silently. So the tiger entered into the gate silently. Slowly it entered into the gate. He padded into the courtyard. So slowly, it's walking slowly, it entered into the courtyard. Quietly and crunched outside the window. There he sat silently on his hunches. Then upper portion of legs. Hunches upper portion. So it entered into the gate and it was in the courtyard. Slowly it peeped into the window and it sat there silently. Then as he was about to spring, he heard the boy's grandmother talking to him. So when it peeped into the window, so the grandmother was talking to the boy. He said, "Hush, don't cry so loudly. The nasty stripped tiger will come and get you." So the grandmother is saying, what she is saying? Hey, don't cry loudly. So the tiger may hear your voice and it will get you, it will take you. This surprised the tiger. So already the tiger is there, but the grandmother, she didn't know the tiger was there. But she says the real. What is that? Don't cry loudly, the tiger will take you. So by these words, the tiger is surprised. So how the grandmother knows I am here? Then he thought he had crept in very quietly. Surely no one could have heard him. But it seemed that the boy's grandmother had. So the tiger is thinking that slowly I have entered, slowly I have skipped into the courtyard. But how could she know? Grandmother had. The little boy, however, paid no attention to his grandmother. He continuously to wail loudly. He continued to wail loudly. So he started continuing still loudly. He started crying still loudly. The grandmother then said, "Now little one, do stop crying. See, I have a dried persimmon here, that a sweet orange colored fruit." The child stopped crying at once. The tiger was so astonished that he stopped mid-spring. The old man told the boy a tiger would get him, but the boy had paid no heed, paid no attention. Ate a dried persimmon. Stopped his crying at once. So this dried persimmon must be something very frightful. Sweet orange colored fruit. Understand? So grandmother, she has given a sweet colored orange fruit to the boy. So he has stopped crying. He has stopped crying. So grandmother, she says, you don't cry. So if you cry, the tiger, it comes and it will get you. So the boy is not listening the words of the grandmother. Yet a dried permission stopped his crying at once. So this dried permission must be something very frightful, reasoned the tiger. I better leave before this dreadful thing catches me, he thought, and he turned around to slip away quietly. So here the tiger, it thought, what is that? A sweet orange colored fruit. So when the grandmother, I have a orange fruit permission. So the tiger, it thought something. So something which is frightened to me. So the tiger, it thought, so grandmother, she has a big frightened thing with her. So it may take to me. So the tiger, it thought, and it quietly moved away from the place. This catches me, he thought, and he turned around to slip away quietly. That very moment a thief broke into the house. His plan was to steal the cow in the yard. It was a dark night. So the tiger has skipped from there, and what happened? A thief has entered into the courtyard. That very moment a thief broken into the house. His plan was to, what the thief he want to steal? He want to steal a cow from the yard. It was a dark night. The thief could not see clearly. He must saw the shape of an animal and thought it was the cow. So when the tiger, it is moving, it is skipping slowly out from the courtyard. So the thief has entered into the courtyard. So he want to steal the cow in the yard. So just in the dark night, he didn't find the cow, whether it is a cow or not. So what he has done, he has catched the tiger. He firmly grabbed the tail and pulled it hard. He did not realize that it was the tiger's tail. So in the dark night, he didn't find that which animal is that. Just he observed the shape of the animal. And he thought that it may be the cow. And he has catched the tail of the tiger, and he grabbed the tail and pulled it hard. He did not realize that it was a tiger's tail. The tiger was already worried about the dried persimmon. persimmon. Now he was sure that this fierce creature had caught hold of his tail. The tiger was so scared that he jumped over the gate and started running towards the forest at full speed, trying to escape the persimmon. Okay, now children. So the tiger, grandmother, what she has said, I have a persimmon. Understand now? So what is that persimmon? Orange. What is that? Orange, sweet orange colored food. So what the tiger it had thought, it is a dangerous thing than the tiger. Understand? So that tiger frightened by the persimmon. Tiger frightened by the persimmon. The tiger it had thought it may catch the tiger. So it may catch the tiger. So the boy he has stopped the crying. So here the tiger it has frightened to the persimmon. So slowly it is skipping from the gate. So a thief has entered in the dark night. A thief has entered and he thought that he want to steal a cow from the yard, but he thought that there is a cow, but actually that is not the cow, it is a tiger. So he has caught the tail of the tiger and grabbed it and rounded and thrown away. So the tiger it thought that the dangerous persimmon is catching me. So it felt frightened and skipped and run out from the gate and entered into the forest with a speed. Okay, now children. The thief too was terrified. He knew that he had caught hold of a tiger, not a cow, but he was too scared to let go. He thought the tiger would turn around and eat him. So after throwing, he thought that it was a tiger. So what the thief he thought, it may come back and eat him. But he was too scared to let go. He thought the tiger would turn around and eat him. So he held on in terror as the tiger strayed across the courtyard. Finally, the thief could hang on no longer, let go of the tiger's tail and fell by the wayside. Here fell down beside the path. Still the tiger did not stop running. He did not look back to see what it was that he had healed him by the tail. He ran till he was very far away from the village. Finally, when he saw sure that the fierce permission could no longer get him, he stopped. Okay, now so the thief, when he dragged the tail, when he throwed, the tiger started running into the forest. So the man, what he is thinking, it may be the tiger. So he wants to look at the which animal tail he has grabbed. So he too ran into the jungle. So he also felt tired. So the tiger it fell into the, by running speedily it entered into the village. Okay, now children. So this is the story. The tiger gets a fright. So the people they will fright out by looking at the tiger. But here in the story, the grandmother she gave a permission. So persimmon. So by that persimmon, the tiger thought that it is a dangerous thing. So it may catch the tiger. Actually, grandmother she don't know. So there was a tiger. Understand? So the tiger frightened by the persimmon. What is that? Orange. A red, dark orange fruit. Dark, sweet orange colored fruit. Understand? So grandmother she gave the orange fruit, but the tiger it thought something is dangerous. So that is a something dangerous thing. It may catch the tiger. So it frightened. The tiger has frightened and it skipped from the house. And it ran away to the jungle. Okay, now children. So this is the lesson. Lesson is completed. Read the lesson. Read the lesson. This is a homework. Once again, read the lesson. Once again, revise the lesson by reading your textbook. Okay, na children? Thank you.